Hi, Stephanie Grun here. Welcome to Ventilation Nation and Integra podcast. Our guest today is Rory McCarthy. He is with Neudorfer Engineers. He's been with Neudorfer for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he is one of our field technicians. We call them tab technicians. And I thought it would be really interesting to talk a little bit about what is life in the field like as a tab technician. So we're going to start right there, Rory. So let me ask you this first. Why is what we do so important?
I suppose for indoor air quality, things like that, making sure things actually functionally work, avoiding things like sick building syndrome, and comfort control too, really. I mean, for heating, cooling.
So making sure making sure that we're comfortable today, so we know this building was properly balanced by a tab technician like yourself, making sure that the air is clean, properly ventilated, and that's really important in places like clean rooms and hospitals.
Even office buildings, it's a stringent requirement on military bases, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting because before I came to Integra Testing Services, I had no idea what tab was.
Right. Almost really few people do, if they're, not in the HVAC industry. But I've even met, HVAC installers who didn't even realize tab existed.
Really? Wow. So do you educate people as you go on what you're doing and why you're doing it?
To an extent, yeah. I'll let them know. I mean, especially with just general coordination and trying to get my work completed. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So how did you discover tab? So just as a reminder to our audience, tab is testing, adjusting, and balancing, and we call it lovingly tab. So how did you discover tab as a career?
I had a friend who was actually working for Neudorfer. He'd been with them a few years, and then I met his manager and ended up interviewing and hiring on. I needed kind of a change of pace. It looked interesting, and I was already in construction.
So you were used to the construction world. You were kind of pigeonholed into electrician, and now you're in the tab space. How's it different?
A lot more in depth. I've learned a lot. The industry's constantly changing. So the technology, the different equipment, energy codes and air quality, things like that, it constantly is moving. So it stays really interesting.
So what do you actually do every day? What does your day-to-day look like when you're in the field?
I suppose on an average day, it's usually an early morning showing up on a job site where, have to pretty much unload the gear, the flow hood, ladders.
So what's a flow hood?
Flow hood's what we use. It's one of our main pieces of equipment to measure like grills, registers, diffusers that are typically like in like an office space, it'd be on the ceiling, or we're drilling holes in ducts, traversing, determining how much airflow is going through it, trying to make the correct amount, the required amount go through.
Okay.
But then, so there's a bit of a mechanical side to it too. When you're working on units, on HVAC units, you'll have to sometimes adjust pulleys, change pulleys, but calculate it so you actually get the unit functioning how it needs to.
So is it like different all the time? Every site you go to, you've got a completely different like plans and drawings and ductwork, and how do you prepare yourself for a different place every single time?
If there's time, I try to review drawings, see what the requirements are. One of the big things is to start off a job, we try to make sure we have plans, specifications, and equipment submittals. That way we can, get our head wrapped around what's there and what needs to be done. Sometimes we'll even find issues before we're even on site that we can, either request for information or start getting the ball rolling to get any of those issues fixed or accepted, I suppose.
Okay. So you have to do a little bit of, excuse me, you have to do a little bit of prep work before you get to the site to make sure you're ready to go and able to do the balancing.
Yeah, depending on the job. Some of them, I'll grab a set of drawings that I needed, or get them through email and just head straight to the site, depending. Lately, I've been kind of bouncing around doing a lot of smaller projects, one-day shows, where really I'm in the field 8 hours, and then just after that, maybe the next day, write a report, on to the next one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's hard. So what do you like? What's the best part about being a tab technician?
I really like that, there's a lot of variety. Compared to other trades, we're not on the job site as long. Like an electrician could be on a job 6 months, a year, 2 years, where my window of time, I'd say on average, maybe on the high end would be a month, maybe 2 weeks. I've done a job that only took an hour before.
So the cast of characters is always changing. So if you're on a job with people you don't like, you don't have to worry about it because you're moving on the next day.
Yeah, I might not be there very long.
You might not be there very long.
Yeah.
That's always a benefit. So how do you? I know that you've been with New Door for Engineers, and again, New Door for Engineers is now an Integra company, and you've been there for a long time. What do you like about working for New Door for Engineers? How's that career path been for you?
I definitely like the people. There's a lot of variety in the different projects and things we're able to do. There's always possibility for travel. I went to Japan a few times, spent a few years in LA, Alaska.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you went to Japan. So by the way, love your beard, love the beard. And I'm sure in Japan you were very noticeable.
Yeah, I stood out pretty easily.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of people stopping you wanted to take your picture?
It happened a couple times. Usually that would be more of if I was out and about at night or something. But yeah.
Out and about at night. Don't want to know about that, Rory. What happened over there? I went to Japan with a past partner of mine who had long hair, looked like a movie star, and we got stopped so many times when people wanted to take our picture. I think they thought we were famous or something. It was so much fun. Anyway, any unique, let me ask you this, unique project that you've worked on. What's like a unique or memorable project that you've worked on over the years?
It varies from really small to really huge. Once I got a call, a gentleman had an invention. He needed to get it UL listed, but he had to have a certified test done on it. What he'd done is he basically developed a toilet that had internal bowl ducting to it to relieve any scent or anything like that. So I ended up going to his house and testing that, and sending him a report so he could move on.
Did it pass, or did you just test and give him the results?
It definitely passed. He had a required amount of airflow and velocity to use. It was kind of odd because he had set up the test in his living room and with his golden retriever running around. It was kind of fun.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But
so the goal of his device was odor control?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Some of the other projects, though, the larger stuff, that was fun. I did a lot of work in Los Angeles, fire life safety testing on high-rises all around downtown and that area. That was a lot of fun. Doing tab during the day and then fire life safety at night.
Tab by day, life safety by night.
Yeah.
No rorying around like you did at night in Japan.
Not so much.
Anyway. All right, listen, we're going to have to wrap up this session, but Rory, thank you. You were a wonderful guest on our podcast. Thank you for being here and taking the time. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to all our listeners out there. We appreciate you spending time with us as well and look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Peace out.